Just want to let you know, guys, we have a brand new sticker available for pre-order now. Support your love for the single cam and refined movement. Head on over to refine-movement.com to pick up yours today. So in short, does it suck to drive my 98 Civic daily? Hell no. So what's it like driving this thing every day? I mean, I guess it's all about priorities. And for me, I'm okay with having an older car. I realize this, you see plenty of these around still. I'm talking about it like a super old car. It's not. But, it's over 20 years old now. I could definitely notice that when I'm driving on the road, I'm generally one of the older cars. Newer car, newer car, newer car, older car, newer car, sucky lower Corolla, newer car, newer car, newer car, newer car, newer car, slightly older car to the right, slightly older but still newer car, and a newer car. You pretty much just have to accept that this thing is just older. New cars just have that certain feel. Everything just feels new, obviously. It's just clean and, everything is just perfect. And when you step into an older car, you can feel it. Maybe it has a certain smell to it, and the carpets, the seats over time, they just collect smells and, you just can't get rid of it after a while. Or maybe there's little tears here or this or that. And, it just doesn't feel like a brand new pristine environment to sit in. And you have to accept that. You have to be comfortable with that. So in general, the car looks good. Like, I'm happy with how it looks, but it used to look a heck of a lot better. You could see that over time, the sun has definitely got to my hood there. It's got to the wiper blades. Of course, the headlights are getting nasty, and man, I clean these things, but dude, it just comes right back. I swear it's like a week later and the things are starting to get yellow again. It's the worst. And then this is probably the worst right here of the paint. The roof is definitely getting this nasty scar going right here. The sun, man, the Florida sun is just hardcore. But you can see from the sides that, it's definitely just from the sun. All that top paint exposed to the sun all day, it just wrecks it, man. The sides here still look really good. It's amazing. Like, I didn't even wash this car for this video, and it still looks nice. I waxed this thing up and I tried to keep up on it for years. And I'd say for probably 6-7 years, I did just that. Like, it was a clean car. But, over time, man, the Florida sun just got this thing and it started to go. And, it just is what it is in my mind now. To be honest, I was really disappointed at first, but I'm okay with it now. Like I said a minute ago, all about the priorities and stuff. Like, I used to prioritize having a really clean car, but that has really changed for me. And especially since it started, the paint started to go, I'm like, well, I don't got to keep up on it as much. And well, I won't wash it as much. I drive this thing 5 days a week. And so keeping up on it is a big chore. And when I've got a race car at home that takes up all my car time, yeah, this guy really kind of takes a back seat in that sense. So aside from the paint starting to go, there was a day when things really changed for me on how I felt about this car. And it really sucked at the time, to be honest. Let's go look. And there it is. Man, what a sucky moment for me. Before this car had just been great. There was no accidents, no dent, anything going on with it. And then I'm in a Home Depot parking lot and this guy just backs right into me. And I wasn't even there to see it. He just must have backed up. I say he, it could have been anyone, a girl. This person backed into me and then just took off. I came back out and my car was pushed up against like the cement barrier that divides the lanes, and then I'm thinking this had to have been like a truck with like a ball winch or something. It just boonk straight into there. It even damaged the front bumper just a bit. It cracked it a bit by being up against the cement block too. And man, that was such a bummer at the time. I went ahead and did the claim with my insurance and everything, and they just gave me $300 for it. I was like, dude, this isn't even gonna buy me a new bumper. You know, I know I could have went to the junkyard and got one and got it painted, and I could probably still even pop this out, you know, but it just, it sucked. See, it's the bumper right there, but he got up into the metal too and then cracked the tail light a bit. Just is what it is, you know? But so cosmetically, overall, I'm fine with the car. You know, it doesn't look great anymore, but, you know, it looks good. And, you know, I'm okay with it. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. And the interior is really all stock, you know, except for that Momo wheel and the SI cluster, like I mentioned, and this little shift knob here from Pastor JDM. But overall, it's just stock and looks good. The seats don't have any tears in them. You know, as far as the seats go, I mean, they are seats. Like, they're not super comfortable. They're not super uncomfortable. They're not aggressive in the padding. Like, you don't get good lateral support. But they're just fine. They're stock EK seats, and they look good. So yeah, I've always kept them. I'm fine with them. And I drive about 40 minutes to and from work, and you know, really the seats are just fine. I don't feel a need to put anything more comfortable in here. I don't feel a need to put anything more aggressive in here. I drive just a normal route to work. I'm not like doing windy back roads and all this fun stuff, you know. But so my commute is just fine in this car. You know, the interior is definitely from 1998. Everyone is familiar with an EK dashboard, and you know, surprisingly, mine still looks really good. This thing being 98, you know, it's got its little things, you know, but overall it is in very good condition, and you know, I'm fine with being in this place for when I'm driving it. You know, as far as this thing feeling old and whatnot, you know, I don't so much care. I like it. I like the look of this car. I don't not like looking at it, if that makes sense. But I know some people, you know, like, you prefer to have like a brand new car. Like, it has to be brand new. I have to have the latest technology and all this. And, you know, just for me, that's just not a priority. I have my little cord here so that I can connect my iPhone. I can play my music. I'm good with that. I don't need sat nav and backup cameras and all this and that. You know, I'm fine. I use my rearview mirror to back up. It's probably one of the more significant problems that I've had with this car. Well, I say problem, it is a problem, but my exhaust kind of fell off. And so this is the result of it. It must have been getting super rusty from the bottom, and I drive over a set of train tracks every day. The car's low, it's stiffer, you know, everything's shaking when you're going over it. I don't slow down to 2 miles an hour like everyone likes to in lowered cars. I just go over them like a normal car. Anyway, after years, I guess, of doing that and the pipe just getting rustier and rustier, it actually broke off when I went over this set of train tracks one day. And probably about midway, you know, right after the silencer part, it just kind of snapped at whatever the little welded joint there was. And it literally was just hanging, dragging on the road. I was like, oh my God, there was just like this sound, like going. It was so bad. And so I went ahead and pulled off to the side, and I had to go ahead and pull the pipe out of the bottom of the car then and just put it in my back seat and drive it home. So I know it doesn't sound loud from just sitting there, but once you start getting going about 3,000, 4,000 RPM, it gets a little loud. I'll tell you though, man, I know you can't feel it, but the AC blows super cold, and it's really, really nice. For this car being so old, you really wouldn't expect it. So that's still got all the creature comforts, man. AC, that's all you need, especially in Florida. One definite bad part on the interior is my mirrors. You see, this one has definitely seen better days, and it's actually the passenger one. The original driver one was already super bad, so I took it off and I just replaced it with that one over there since I really don't ever have passengers. But yeah, I got to do something about that. And then of course the headliner, you see, the headliner is starting to droop just a bit, and it's already pretty frayed up at the top here. So that's a bummer, you know, but it is what it is. Overall, you know, yeah, it sucks, but it's fine. So I'd say one other issue for me has definitely been the tailgate. It is not the best, and it is squeaky. But you'll go ahead and see that it still has the original struts on it. And this is one of those things where, see, I can walk away from it right now, but sometimes it will come down. It is definitely not the strongest. See, it moves very easily. If I let my hand go, it just wants to fall. So if I go ahead and put it all the way up, it's fine. It will fall. Otherwise, it has donked me on the head a few times, but I don't use the hatch that much. It's not like a daily problem, you know, so I'm fine with it, really. But you could go ahead and replace those struts, and that'd be easy. So really, I've only had to do normal maintenance stuff to this car. The biggest thing, I guess, that I've done lately is I went ahead and replaced the rear wheel bearings on each side. They were starting to get a little bit crunchy sounding, and you know, that was really easy to change out. That was the biggest job that I've had to do lately, other than the timing belt. And this is my D16Y7 in all its glory. It just is what it is, man. 106 horsepower, whatever it is. The engine's fine. It's plenty of fun when I can come up to turns and have a good time. You know, it's all about the braking and then turning in right and getting on the gas. You don't have to fly out of the corner at 200 miles an hour to make it fun. So yeah, it just is a reliable engine, man, and it gets great gas mileage. And I know that sounds super lame, but again, for a daily driver, that's what I prioritize. Stock. About half a year ago, I had went and changed the timing belt. So I did the valve cover gasket and all the accessory pulley belts. And yeah, that's right, man. I still have power steering and AC, and it all works great. And if you've all seen this in my EG videos, it's actually a new exhaust for the EK. I found this at the junkyard, my favorite one local to me, for $6. That's right, $6. It's a little bit brownish, you know, but it's not super rusty or anything. Right here is where it broke off on the one that's on the car. So you see, that's a good amount of pipe that it is missing heading back. So whenever I can get to that, which is I don't know when, because that's been sitting here for quite a while, to be honest, I will go ahead and put that on the car. But, you know, we'll see. So, you know, at the end of the day, it all comes down to priorities, right? And for me, I don't mind driving an older car. In fact, I prefer it because I don't want to have something that I have to take care of week in and week out. You know, if I wash this thing once a month, just, you know, put a little back to black on it, hey, it looks great. And I'm totally fine with that. Keeping up with a brand new car is just, I don't want to do it, man. This right here, this old girl, gives me plenty of work to do. So, and you all should check out those videos. If you're new to this channel, you're just finding this video because of the EK, check out all my videos on the EG. And if you like EKs, Travis has his silver EK on this channel too. We're making these things into race cars. But so, like I said, for the daily driver, I am totally cool with this. If you like having a brand new car and all that, that's awesome, man. You know, who doesn't like a brand new car? I get it. I just don't want the car payment and all the trouble that comes with it. So for as long as I can, I'm gonna ride this guy out. Probably until the doors fall off. And when they fall off, I'll go ahead and put them back on and I'll drive it some more. So I sure appreciate y'all watching this video. If you care to support this channel, you know, go ahead and click the thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. We also have these RM t-shirts listed in the link below. You can go to our web store, pick those up, and some stickers. That really helps our channel. Sure appreciate y'all watching. Talk to you in the next one.